Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time on Doctor Who, we had the Day of the Doctor. So, a lot of stuff happened. All culminating in 3 Doctors teamed up. The 11th Doctor, the 10th Doctor, once again played by David Tennant, and the War Doctor, played by John Hurt. And the 3 of them teamed up against the Zygons for a little bit. And then also, they either changed what happened to Gallifrey, or they actually found out what had always happened to Gallifrey, but they had forgotten. Basically, they saved Gallifrey at the end of the Time War instead of destroying it. And they sealed it away in basically a stasis cube. And it took every Doctor to do that. Every single last possible Doctor in order to do that, which was pretty cool. And yeah, that was pretty much it. It was a brilliant episode. Really, really enjoyed it. And it's going to be exciting to get into this episode as well. Something you might notice is some things are different. First off, I'm wearing a robe over my shoulders, which it's a little warm in here, so I might kick that off at some point, though. And you can probably see that some of the things on the table are in different places. Also, I got the War Doctor's sonic screwdriver, which is pretty cool. So, as some of you are probably aware, I got into a car wreck, on February the 14th, on Valentine's Day, when I was driving home from seeing Sonic the Hedgehog. I got into a wreck and fractured my right wrist. And now I can't use my right hand for a while. Not forever, but it's going to be a little while before I get control of this hand again. Although I can move my fingers a bit. So yeah, this means I can't use a computer mouse with my right hand, and I cannot write with my right hand. So that is why the mouse is over here, and I'm going to have to try to write with my left hand, which is incredibly difficult to do. So I'm going to do my best to write as short of notes as I can, and also, pay attention as best I can to the episode as well. And that's also why my drink is over here, because I can't really put it over here because I would really have to reach for it. So hopefully you don't mind that, at least. So yeah, fractured right wrist. It is getting better, but it still sucks. But the show must go on. The show must go on, and that is what we are doing. Also, you can probably see I've got pillows over here to rest my arm on, because it's actually a little difficult to. Just sort of rest this arm at a table. So I'm propping it up on pillows here. So yeah, this table looks like a mess, doesn't it? Oh well. There's nothing that can be done about that. Yeah, with all this being said, we should just get right into this episode of Doctor Who. Here we go. Ah! Whoa!
Every ship I go on, they just shoot at me. Handles! I said put me on a ship. I didn't say put me on a Dalek ship. Don't put me on a Dalek ship when I'm holding a broken bit of Dalek. Ow!
What is that?
A preference.
Remind me, I've got to patch the telephone back through the console unit. This is getting ridiculous.
Attention.
Finally.
Accidentally invented a boyfriend.
Yeah, I did that once, and there's no easy way to get rid of an android.
No, not an android, a pretend one, an imaginary one. And I said she'd be coming to Christmas dinner.
Wait, her parents?
I need you. I'm cooking Christmas dinner.
Hey, shut up, my son of a...
Well, can't we do both?
Oh, God. Oh, I like that transition into the title. The hell is happening in this episode?
Actually, maybe I will have a little more. There you go.
Oh, is that her family?
Did you put it in early enough?
Dad, I put it when you phoned me.
I emailed you some instructions.
Ooh, you certainly did.
Oh, so he has to go to Christmas dinner. With her family. Oh, it looks like the staircase with 9 in rows. Actually, that looks like the exact same place.
I so need you.
Clara!
No, stop.
What are you doing?
Stop. Doctor, why are you naked?
Because I'm going to church.
What?
Better.
What the fuck?
Quick.
Hologram clothes projected directly onto your visual cortex.
So you're still naked underneath?
Everybody's naked underneath.
Ugh, don't say things like that. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Come meet my family. Hello. So,
Why?
So, why haven't you just gone down there, had a look?
It's shielded, even the TARDIS can't break through it.
Wow.
Gallifrey.
It is Gallifrey?
What did you say? Swallow this.
What is that?
Your hologram projector. You can't go to church with your clothes on.
Oh no. Why? Why is that a thing? Doctor Who, you're being weird.
I don't feel like I'm wearing anything.
I know, relaxing, isn't it?
What's this place?
Church with papal mainframe, security hub with no name.
Ah, damn, why do they have to show us clothes? No.
Doctor,
Don't.
you could summon your TARDIS.
The TARDIS doesn't work by remote.
Yeah.
Clara, step away from it.
Ah,
Clara,
wait a minute.
Step away. Don't even blink.
Shit. Weeping angels.
Angel.
You should take your keys!
She took one of them.
Whoa.
Engines activating.
What the fuck?
You shaved your head.
Yep, clever plan to get us past the shield.
Got bored
Wow.
of acting, you?
Yeah, tiny bit bored.
Huh.
What happened to your eyebrows?
It's a truth field. Oh, that is so quaint. I haven't seen a truth field in years. I'm wearing a wig.
No one
Tuh.
can lie in this town. Especially this close to the tower.
Nobody ask him his name.
This town, what's it called?
It's Christmas.
It's July.
No, the town. The town is Christmas.
Okay. I thought they were gonna say Trenzalore.
What's wrong? It's only a crack in the wall.
Shit. The crack? Amy's crack is back! That's what he saw.
Analysis of message composition indicates Gallifreyan origin, according to TARDIS databanks.
You said Gallifrey was gone.
Gallifrey's in there.
Seal of the High Council of Gallifrey, nicked it off the Master in the Death Zone. There is
Huh.
an algorithm imprinted in the atomic structure. Use it to decode the message.
Message decoding.
It's that old thing from the Five Doctors.
The oldest question in the universe.
Shit.
Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Doctor Who.
Whoa.
Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Doctor Who.
Ugh.
If I give my name, they'll know they've found the right place. And that it's safe to come through.
God damn it.
Time Lord.
Planet. What's it called?
Trenzalore.
It's Trenzalore. This is it.
Is that it?
That's why in Name of the Doctor it was that TARDIS.
Will return.
If they return, they will come in peace.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They will be met with a war that will never end. The Time War will begin anew.
Shit.
You know that, Doctor.
So he can't. Shit, does he have to just leave him there? He sent her home.
Don't you dare! No, no!
They're asking for my hand.
Of course he did.
I dedicate this church to one cause. Silence. The Doctor will not speak his name. And war will not begin.
It's the origin.
Silence will fall.
The origin of the silence. Cybermen. Wooden Cybermen? Wow! With fire. Is that the best idea? Oh shit. He's getting hold.
Firearm to reverse the polarity and fire out the back end. Now, as we're standing in a truth field...
Signal verified.
Oh.
I probably should have mentioned this doesn't work on wood.
Yeah.
What is it? What's that noise?
It's the TARDIS.
Where have you been for 300 years?
300!
What's that?
It's my ship!
So is it... Oh. She survived.
No wonder she's late dragging you around.
TARDIS had to keep her safe.
You tricked me.
God, she looks pale.
I saved you.
Yay! Aw. And just like Rose. Although, kinda not like Rose at the same time. She made it back.
There you go, buddy. They're comfy.
Comfort is irrelevant.
How's that? Is that better?
I hope we get to keep him.
Affirmative.
Aw. I hope we get to keep him. He's so cool.
You must patch the telephone device back through the console.
Aw.
I can change 12 times, 13 versions of me. 13.
There's a limit.
Silly doctors.
Okay, so you're number 11, so...
Ha, are we forgetting Captain Grumpy?
Yeah.
Well, number 10 once regenerated and kept the same face. I had vanity issues at the time. 12 regenerations. Clara,
Yeah.
I can't ever do it again. This is where I end up.
He's the last Doctor.
Report.
Whoa.
The Time Lord has entered the trap.
The trap? Oh, crap. The Daleks got to the
Why
silence.
did you ever come to Trenzalore?
Shouldn't even know who I am.
Information concerning the Doctor was harvested from the cadaver of Tasha Lem.
Oh.
Wish you never told you how to break the Trenzalore force field, though. Should have done.
Well, there goes that plot point.
Times.
What did he do?
Doctor?
He did it again. God damn it. Fool me twice.
And so those ancient enemies, the Doctor and the Silence, stood back to back
Oh,
in the
shit.
fields of Trenzalore.
Against the Daleks. That's some shit. Oh, shit.
And now it's time for one last bow. Like all your other selves. 11's hour is over now.
Oh, shit.
The clock is striking 12's.
I don't get it.
The clock is striking 12. Oh, shit. Is he gonna regenerate right here and now?
His name. His name is the Doctor.
Yeah,
The name he needs everything you need to know about him.
that is
And if you love him,
his name. Like, oh shit. Oh shit. Whoa. Is he regenerating right here? Oh shit. They gave him more regenerations. Oh shit. It's the hour of 12.
If you want my life, come and get it!
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh god. He's killing them with his own regenerations.
Left from Gallifrey, boys!
Oh shit. Whoa. Did he... Is... They didn't show it, though. Is Capaldi up there? Nice. Still him.
Doctor.
Started. I can't stop it now. This is just the reset.
He healed himself. Ten did that too.
Cycle.
Any moment now. He's a coming.
Who's coming?
The doctor.
The next one.
Amelia.
I will not forget one line of this. Not one day. I swear. I will always remember when the doctor was me.
Amy!
Raggedy Man.
Oh, shit. No, not the bow tie. No! I hope they give that bow tie a Viking funeral. Woo! God damn, that was fast.
How can you kidneys?
What?
Don't have the colour.
Off your kidneys. What's happening?
How can you see the color? Fucking...
Stay calm. Just one question.
Yeah?
Do you happen to know how to fly this thing?
No! Shit. Oh, shit. The fuck? That was fast. And there's... God, I didn't even... Like, it didn't give me a chance to, like, say what I normally say. There's Peter Capaldi. Christ, that was fast. Hold on, that was like 5 seconds. Can I take this back a bit? I'm gonna watch that again. A little too far.
No.
I'm watching it again. Because he just snaps into it. Huh.
Kidneys! How can you kidneys?
New kidneys.
Don't have the colour.
Off your kidneys.
He doesn't like the color. How does he not like the color? He can't see it.
Stay calm. Just one question.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know how to fly this thing?
Oh. Oh my gosh. Good lord. That was so fast. Like, we didn't get... I mean, oh, wow, that was fast. I mean, I guess because they already did the whole, you know, put the arms out and everything. But to just go like, here, wait, Peter Capaldi. It's like, Jesus Christ, like, give me 5 seconds. Show the transition. Why didn't we didn't see the transition or anything? Jesus Christ, I wasn't ready for that. That was so fucking fast. And it's a little weird seeing him too. After the Fires of Pompeii, which granted was like what now 4 seasons ago almost, and Children of Earth. It's a little weird seeing him there. Well, and also too because, you know, he is an older gentleman than the previous 3 that we've had. Eccleston, Tennant, and Smith. I will be very curious as to his dynamic with Clara. Man, that just, like, happened. That, like, this whole episode just, like, happened. Like, well, shit, here we go. Here we go, off we go. Bye, Matt Smith. All right, and go. That, I will say, that may be like, of the regenerations I've seen so far, which, to be fair, are not a ton, that may be the Doctor's most badass regeneration. And see, I was curious, like, if he was going to regenerate, and then it was going to be Peter Capaldi that finishes this off. But I was like, no, they can't do that, because they can't, they need the send-off. They need the emotional send-off, and as cool as that would have been, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. You need, like, and they all do that. They all get that sort of send-off. Maybe not McCoy, of the ones I've seen, but Eccleston, you know, he got his moment to, you know, talk to Rose, and then he regenerated. Tennant got his whole emotional, you know, I don't want to go, and then he regenerated. And then even the War Doctor, you know, he went into his TARDIS, and, you know, he had that moment. It's like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. I'm wearing a bit thin. And then he starts to regenerate. So I figured they couldn't they couldn't have it to where the 12th Doctor actually saves the day at the end. But oh my gosh. But, like, it's just, like, I was just so... And, of course, they have to have another, like, shit's going crazy. They can't have, like, the regeneration calm down a bit. Like Eccleston to Tennant. In that episode, at least, was pretty calm, because, you know, it was just, you know... So, you know, now, where was I? Oh, that's right. Barcelona. He gives a smile, and that's the end of the episode. But then, if you watch the mini-sode and into the Christmas Invasion, they start crashing, you know? They crash land there. And then you go at the end of time. In the end of time, his fucking regeneration is so powerful that it destroys the TARDIS, basically. Again, he starts crashing, you know, Matt Smith comes out and he's trying to, you know, check himself out. Meanwhile, shit's on fire and he's crashing. And that carries into the 11th hour. And they kind of do that here, even though the TARDIS was parked firmly on the ground. The TARDIS was parked firmly on the ground, and as soon as he regenerated, he like, the TARDIS was like, oh, fuck, we're getting out of here, you know? Let's get the fuck out of here. And then he was just like, and then he just looked around and was like, shit, I don't know how to fly this. What the fuck am I doing? So, no regeneration can, like, remain calm, you know? That wasn't my best idea. I want to try to use this hand for motion, but I just can't. So, Matt Smith is gone. He's gone. The Raggedy Man. Which, that's some shit, too. That is, like, you know... Because, yeah, it makes sense to bring back Amy, because Amy was the 11th Doctor's longest-running companion. That makes sense. I get that. And I like tying it in, you know... she has to say goodbye to, you know, the Raggedy Doctor. Which, that's the thing. The only reason he was raggedy... Again, because shit was exploding and Tennant's clothes started burning. So that's crazy, because that ties all the way back into Tenet, you know? I am actually kind of cold in here now, so I'm glad I kept this robe on me. I will say, I actually threw the robe on, because I was kind of sweaty, because I had to set up this table with one hand. Very difficult, by the way. I'm like knocking into shit and everything, but I put this robe on just because I kind of wanted to look a bit more pathetic, which sounds horrible, but I don't know. I thought it would more emphasize what's happened to me, but now I'm actually cold. So I got cold during the episode, so I'm glad I actually threw this over my shoulders, keep myself warm. So yeah, Jesus, man, like the fact that was so fast, which again, it's like, okay, it's going on a process, you know? It's going on a process, which kind of happened with Tenet, but kind of didn't. Like, not in the same way, but that was also a process, because fucking phone is ringing, god damn it. But, the thing is, with Tenet, like, you know, because he had all the, you know, cuts and scrapes from, you know, falling through the glass and shit at the end of time. And then when he started to regenerate, you know, he kind of, like, wiped over his face and all of his injuries were gone. So, that's an interesting thing, you know, that it is now, I suppose, canon that the Doctor's body is basically reset before it completely changes. Now, why that happens, I don't fully understand. Like, you know, because I thought the whole point of the regeneration was that it creates a new body for the Doctor, like a completely uninjured body, basically. But whatever. I mean, you can debate sort of regeneration science, but oh man. So, it is still a process. Or at the very least, like, he can sort of delay the process for a bit. Which he did with, the 10th Doctor did that, which is why he was able to go visit all his companions. And then the 11th Doctor did that now, basically just to, I guess just to get back to the TARDIS and have a proper goodbye with Clara. So, man, if she brings the Doctor back home again, it's gonna be like, that's gonna be weird. First off, put fucking clothes on, you know? Put some fucking clothes on. I don't get why that had to be a thing in this episode. Why that had to be a thing, especially when you're not gonna show me anything for Clara. I'm sorry, I know. She's so beautiful. Like, I don't want to see fucking Matt Smith's pasty-ass skin. Ugh. So yeah, hopefully that's, you know, done with, basically. We don't need to do that anymore. But yeah, that's gonna be a little awkward. It's like, she just introduced him to her family, and now it's like, I hope they don't have to do that again, because, like, you're gonna have to explain, it's like, yeah, the Doctor is an alien, and he changed his face, now he's Peter Capaldi. What a weird episode. This was interesting. We really did, like, I almost feel like there was no build up to it, but it does still work. Like, if you view this as sort of the trilogy of the Doctor, I suppose it does work as a conclusion. Because we had the name of the Doctor, which set up all of Trenzalore and everything. It completely set up Trenzalore. And, it did set up Trenzalore, and then set up the War Doctor. Day of the Doctor was actually kind of a self-contained story. Like, it doesn't really factor into either episode. Other than, it builds, you know, it brings in the Time Lords. It does, you know, show the Time Lords, you know, being saved, which causes the events of this episode. So, oh boy. Oh boy. It's just, it was crazy. Like, I will say they didn't build up that this is the swan song. Like, this is it for the 11th Doctor. They didn't really build that up. Now, I will say, in the episode itself, it was alright because, you know, they kept showing the Doctor aging. Which, how old is he now? I don't know. I wonder how old he is now. Because, okay, here's something I was kind of thinking about. By the way, brushing with one hand, a little hard. Just going to put that out there. Okay, I kind of like created a theory. Sort of a theory. So the War Doctor, you know, when he regenerated, he was a young man, a young John Hurt. But when we saw him at the end of this regeneration, he was he was an old man, and then he regenerated, and he regenerated of old age, basically. And if you do the math, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like 800 years old, because he said he's 400 years younger than the 11th Doctor, who said he was around 1200. So I kind of thought, like, okay, what if the War Doctor actually restarted the Doctor's age? Like, he started over from the moment he broke the promise, from when he regenerated from the 8th Doctor to the Warrior, basically. And so, if that's the case, that means that regeneration was 800 years old. Which means that the 9th Doctor, because he was around 900, he was 900-ish. He said he was 900 when he was with Rose. So that would mean that the 9th Doctor was 100 years old. And the 10th Doctor was, I don't know, he was like 3 when he regenerated. Kind of sucks, but... So then, the question remains, how old is the Doctor now, if we go by that? Like, how old is... Or even if you don't, I don't know, subscribe to that theory or whatever that I have. You know, from 1200 in the Day of the Doctor, how old is he now at the end? That's what I want to know. Because, I mean, he was old enough to where, like, he could barely do anything, you know? He needed the cane. He needed a cane to, you know, hobble around and everything, and he was so old. You know, at least with the War Doctor, he could still, you know, get around. He wasn't completely, you know, out of action because of his old age. So, the Doctor could be a couple thousand years old. A couple more thousand years old. I don't know, man. This episode was crazy. An interesting send-off, which, to be fair, Tennant's was pretty crazy too with the End of Time. The End of Time was such a weird couple of episodes. So, apparently, maybe this is just a thing. Maybe this is just a thing that happens, that every Doctor gets an insane episode now. I don't know. Eccleston's was brilliant, though. The Parting of the Ways was great. But... oh, boy. So, yeah. So, I guess we could start comparing them a bit. So, we have The Parting of the Ways, The End of Time, and now The Time of the Doctor. I would probably say Parting of the Ways would be the best, but I don't know, man. Oh, this is crazy. That's a good boy. I knew it was a good idea to leave my bed down. Normally, I set my bed up against the wall when I record, but I didn't want to try to do that with one hand, so I just sort of moved it and then put the table over it. Darby's enjoying that, so that's good. We should probably talk about the actual episode, too. God, so many things happen. Like, we just, we powered through Trenzalore. So, this does line up now with the Curator, you know? Because it's like, oh, well, the Doctor was supposed to die in battle. The Doctor was supposed to die in battle, but... the Doctor was supposed to die in battle, but there's the Curator, and the Curator is pretty much, almost completely confirmed. Even though I think you could leave it a bit more ambiguous, but we all know that is the Doctor. That is a future version of the Doctor. So yeah, like, he didn't die in battle. So, but of course, 11 wouldn't remember that. 11 wouldn't remember that because only the oldest, like, when multiple Doctors meet up, only the oldest retains the memory. So, which is why both War and 10 could not remember the day of the Doctor. So 11 doesn't remember meeting the Curator. Man, this was quite the ride. Quite the ride. And I don't know, I don't want to say it was, like, rushed, but not, like, in a bad way, but, like, there's just no build-up to it, you know? And especially the fact that Clara has only been the companion for the 11th Doctor for, like, how many episodes? Let's see. Snowmen, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Day, time. That's 11, right? Yeah. Shit, did I lose count immediately? Ah, shit. I lost count. I wasn't paying attention to the actual count. I'm an idiot. Alright. Snowmen, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, day, time. 11. 11 episodes. They only got 11 episodes together before he regenerated. That is odd. Man, it sucks that he took the bow tie off. I hope I stand by. They need to give that. They need to give that. They need to give the bow tie the Viking funeral. You know. Oh. We should talk about the episode. Oh, God. The first thing I wrote down was the message. That was interesting. This message that was going throughout all of space and time, but nobody could translate it. So, that was interesting, and I like the setup to this episode. It was very interesting, and I did like it. So, let's see. Oh, I wrote down the Cyberman head. I don't recall what he called it. It was something like Albin or something. I don't remember. But I did like that, just sort of... Man, I wish we could have kept him, you know? I wish we could have kept him. I keep kicking crap. There's crap on my floor, I keep kicking. Oy. There. I did like him. I thought he was... I thought he was interesting. I do kind of wish we could have kept him because he was funny, but yeah. That was nice, and, you know, immediately, like, I'm already, like, sad, you know, that because he's gone. I wonder if they're going to change the intro again. I don't know. I do like this red intro. I do like the, sort of the departure from the blue that we've normally had. It's just all red. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. Christmas. I wrote that down. Christmas. We actually got to meet Clara's family, which was kind of nice. So, which they did later confirm is like, all right, she's just an English teacher now. A lot of you guys have pointed out that, like, okay, does she really need to be a nanny anymore? It's like, you know, at a point, those kids are going to grow up, which, yes, that is true. That is true that the kids will grow up, so they won't need a nanny forever. But it's like, I don't know, just the fact that, like, how sudden it was. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe after Nightmare in Silver, she just killed them. And then she just got a job somewhere else. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's like, look, not that I want those kids back. They were still annoying, but I don't know. It was just so sudden, last episode was like, oh, she's a teacher. And it's like, well, that's cool because, it goes back to Ian and Barbara, but still. I don't know. So yeah, we got to meet Clara's family though, which I did like. Clara's family that, okay, let's be honest. I did not think she looked like them at all. I was like, I don't know, like, none of them have her hair. Like, I don't know, like, none of it was, like, convincing. Whereas, Jackie did definitely look like Rose's mother, Like, seriously, like, they looked like they could be related. Same with, Martha or even, Donna's mother. We didn't get to see much of Amy's mother, so... but, yeah, Clara's parents did not really look like her, so... I don't know. It doesn't matter. Who cares? How's my hair look? I can't quite see. Should be alright. Alright. I can't believe that this is how I reacted to Matt Smith's final episode. With a robe, a fractured wrist. I had to write everything so horribly with my left hand. I'm getting a bit better, actually. Like, the more I do this, because I've had to take notes for the light at the end, the audio, which that review should actually be out already by the time this goes up, but I actually haven't finished it yet. I haven't recorded that video, but I've been having to write notes with my left hand, which I'm right-handed. I'm a right-handed man, so this is really hard. But slowly but surely, I'm getting a little bit better, actually. I just have to take my time with these notes. So, anyway, Christmas, Doctor went in butt-ass naked. Why was this a thing? Who thought of this? Like, I want to know who thought, oh, well, let's do it to where it's like, oh, well, they have to wear holographic clothes. But they're really naked, but we don't see that. The audience doesn't see that. But then they make a joke of, how it's awkward when the Doctor just walks in and meets the family, and he's actually naked, but they don't realize it for a minute. Who thought of that, And if you're gonna do that, you gotta give me something with Clara. I don't want to see fucking Matt Smith's pasty-ass skin. Come on. And I'm sure there are a lot of girls, and probably some guys too, that love seeing even just the tiniest glimpse of Matt Smith's pasty-ass skin. But damn it, I am a straight man, and I fucking love Clara. You gotta give me something, man. Gotta give me something. No, I didn't get anything. But it's okay. She's still fucking adorable. Damn it. Yeah, I know. Alex has a crush on a Doctor Who companion. What the fuck else is different? Yeah, it happens. Happened with Amy. Now it happened with Clara. Wrote down the church. That was interesting. So the church got there first, which is why they were able to put the shield up, which was cool. I did like them, and I liked who was their leader. Hold on, let me load up some of the credits. All right, Tasha Lem. All right. Okay, so I did like that. That was interesting. And then working that into the silence. They are the silence. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, actually. Everything about the silence. So that's the thing, is that this is how the silence was actually formed, basically. So, and that's why the silence, the aliens, the silence, they said too, they didn't attack Clara, you know? They didn't attack Clara or anything, so I did like that. It all worked out, you know, just sort of bring that all back, you know, from previous seasons, from season 6. So that was good. I like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I wrote down the angels. Fucking angels. Fucking weeping angels. They were only there for a scene, but still. Ugh. Fucking weeping angels. They've really gotten a lot of mileage out of those weeping angels, haven't they? Because, you know, they only showed up in one episode during Tennant's run, but they've showed up 3 times now? 3 times, I think, because there was the 2-parter with River Song, and then I don't think we had them again until The Angels Take Manhattan, and which was this season, and then, you know, we get a little cameo of them here, which was pretty cool. I wrote down bald. So he got bored, shaved his head, and then decided to put a spare key to the TARDIS in there. Because he knew he needed to get the TARDIS down there to the planet. Interesting. So he can summon the TARDIS with... Oh, you know what? He can fucking summon the TARDIS with the key. What the fuck have I been saying since Father's Day? Since the episode Father's Day in Season 1, where he summoned the goddamn TARDIS with a key. What the fuck have I been saying? I've always said, why the fuck doesn't he... You know, I gave up on it probably sometime into Tennant's run. But I was like, why can't he just summon the TARDIS like he did in Father's Day? Guess what, he fucking can. I've been validated. Not important. But he could have set up the TARDIS to where it's like, alright, look, I know we don't normally do this, but just come down when I tell you to, you know? Anyway. So yeah. So the bald, that was weird. That was just weird, but whatever. I wrote down the crack. They even brought back the crack. So the crack... What exactly did they say, like, it was? Oh, yeah, and then, I should have written this down, but... So, the town of Christmas... They really just had to, like, shoehorn in why this was at Christmas. Like, oh, it's a town called Christmas, where it's always Christmas. Like, well, isn't that just perfect? Because this is airing at Christmas. This is a Christmas special, you know? So, yeah, so they had the truth field. Which as soon as is like, oh, you know, it's a truth field, and they're compelled to tell the truth, it's like, do not ask his name. Now, they weren't really compelled. They weren't exactly compelled because he never answered his name. But he did speak the truth, so, I don't know, he could have answered. So it's not quite the Trenzalore prophecy that we've always had, so. Excuse me. Hi.
But the scar tissue remains a structural weakness in the whole unit.
Anytime this wants to load. Alright. So he saw the crack in the God complex. That's crazy.
June 2010, the day the universe blew up. I rebooted it, put it all back together again.
That's good.
Well, it was my TARDIS that blew it up in the first place. I felt a degree of responsibility, but the scar tissue remains a structural
Yeah.
And someone's trying to get through it from outside our universe, from somewhere else, of course. Of course.
Yeah. So it's kind of like in Series 2. You know, there has to be weaknesses to get through. That's what happened, you know, like in Doomsday, which allowed Pete and Mickey and everyone to get through to this world. So it is sort of the same thing. So this is not exactly the same. I mean, it is the same crack, but now it's really just a scar. So it's Amy's scar, which is not as hot as Amy's crack, unfortunately. Although I guess maybe like if it was like a scar, like an Anakin Skywalker scar. Ooh, if she had like an Anakin Skywalker scar, that would be really hot, actually. Not the point. Anyway. So the crack is back. Mainly as a scar. So they said like... So it was... I do like they distinguished that it was the Kavarian... like the Kavarian ministry or whatever that separated from the Silence, and that's why, you know, they tried to kill the Doctor before he ever got to Trenzalore, which was interesting. I did like that. So yeah, let's see, and so that caused the crack, which it kind of set things into motion. They caused the crack throughout time and space, which allowed the Doctor to get to here, to which the Time Lords are trying to come through.
Yes. If you're trying to break through a wall, you choose the weakest spot. If you're trying to break into this universe, you choose this crack. Because, no, if you're trying to break back into this universe, you said Gallifrey. Why did you say Gallifrey?
Yeah, it's the Time Lords trying to get through.
Gallifreyan origin, according to TARDIS databanks.
You said Gallifrey was gone.
No. I said it was in another universe. The message is coming through here. The truth field is too. At a guess, if it's the Time Lords. If it's the Time Lords. Seal of the High Council of Gallifrey, nicked it off the Master in the Death Zone.
I do like that.
An algorithm
Seal of the High Council of Gallifrey.
to decode the message.
Message decoding. Message analysis proceeding.
He just has that.
Information available. The message is a request for information.
It's a question. Why can't you just
Yeah.
say it's a question?
It is being projected through all of time and space on a repeating cycle.
The oldest question in the universe.
Yeah.
Hidden in plain sight.
Warning. Translation will be available to all life forms in range.
Ah.
Translation follows. Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
So they need his name to confirm that they're in the right spot so that they can come through. That's an interesting angle on it. Because, you know, we saw, you know, the Great Intelligence needed his name to get through in order to get to his time stream. But this is something different, which I do like. You know, because it's like, why would you need his name? But they need his name to confirm that this is the right place and the Time Lords can return, you know? And that is the oldest question, Doctor Who, which I do like. And I do like that, you know, it didn't get an answer. Again, they're still teasing us. They're teasing us, and I know, you know, some of you guys have been saying in the comments, like, you know, we should never know his name, and you're right. They've been teasing me, man. They've been teasing me. That's why I'm always like, come on, you gonna say it? No. They've been teasing me. I'm accepting it now. I'm like, all right, they're just gonna, you know, they're gonna go ahead and, you know, cock tease me a bit. They're gonna cock tease me a bit, but they're never actually, like, there's no possibility that this teasing will amount to anything, you know? That's the thing. They're cock teasing me with his name and not Clara. I'm sorry. I know. I'll stop. I'll stop with my Clara worship. Anyway. So, yes. So that I do like that is an interesting way of asking the question, is that the Time Lords need that question answered, because then they will be allowed to return, basically. Which means, can he never actually let them return? Like, ever? Like, are we ever actually going to get them back? I don't know. Maybe if it's in private and no one else is around, maybe he could do it, but at the same time, now after the events of this episode, do they need to? Do they need to know his name to know that this is the right place? Because, as Clara said, his name is the Doctor. His name is the Doctor, and they believed her and helped him, gave him regenerations. Now, that makes me wonder, did they restart the cycle, basically? Or did they give him, like, infinite regenerations? I don't know. Did I get a mosquito bite on this hand? It was itching like hell yesterday, and now I see a spot. Oh, God, I hope not. You know what the worst thing is? When it gets itchy under here. God, that is horrible. I really only take this off, like, for 20 minutes a day, basically. And this thing is tight. Like, I'm actually... I have to keep, like, loosening it a bit because I'm getting, like, bruise marks for how tight it is. I really only take it off when I take a shower. So, not the point. What was I saying? Yeah. So, I do like the concept that is why, you know, the question must be asked. You know, this prophecy, basically, that we've had pretty much since Series 6, you know? You know, the question will be asked at the fall of the 11th, which this is the fall of the 11th, technically. The fall of the 11th Doctor on Trenzalore. Which, now, it's the 10th Doctor, you know, he says, like, we need a new location because I don't want to go. It's like, well, I mean, you're going to have to go to Trenzalore, but you won't die there at least. So that's good. I do kind of hate that I have to leave my drink over here because it's so, like, not with anything else. Like, you know, I've got my mouse, I've got my notes, my microphone, the Sonics, and the mug and stuff, and then I just got some drink over here. Oh, well. So, yeah. Let's see. The reveal that it was Trenzalore was pretty crazy, too. I was like, alright, this is it. This is it. This is the death of the Doctor, basically. So, and then, like I said, the church becoming the Silence was pretty interesting. And it makes sense, you know, they can't let the Time Lords out because, I like that the Doctor said, you know, the Time Lords will come in peace, which is good because, you know, because in the end of time, it's very different from the end of time. Although, holy shit, now that I think about it, both times when 10 and 11 regenerate, it has to do with the Time Lords coming back. Isn't that interesting? Anyway. So I do like, you know, them becoming the Silence and everything. You know, because even if the Time Lords come in peace, which they weren't going to come in peace last time, you know, at least Rassilon wasn't, but these guys, they'll fucking kick Rassilon out, break his fucking glove. Or who knows, like, what happened to the Master, actually, after the end of time? Like, he sort of disappeared with Gallifrey, so maybe he's back there. Oh, shit. Maybe he could come through, too. And maybe he killed Rassilon. It's entirely possible. So yeah. So, even if they come in peace, I mean, the Daleks are all up there, and they said, like, you know, they keep bringing reinforcements and everything. So it's like, if the Time Lords do show up, it's the Time War all over again, you know? So, okay, interesting thing. So the Doctor spent so many years on Trenzalore fighting, you know? Against wooden Cybermen. Wooden Cybermen. That was very clever, actually. They're not exactly cyber at that point, but that was interesting and creative, and I like the whole thing of, you know, because the sonic screwdriver doesn't really work on wood, you know? So I did like that. I thought that was fun. And at that point, he had been there for 300 years before Clara showed up. So that was interesting. And I wrote down regeneration. So yeah, it is confirmed this was the Doctor's last life. You know, he gets 13 lives overall. But if you add in the War Doctor, that bumps this guy up to 12. And then if you add in the 10th Doctor's the 10th Doctor's first regeneration, that does bump him up to 13. And it was also interesting, you know, he says, like, I regenerated, but I didn't change my face. You know, I was going through some vanity issues. Which I like that they brought that back in, you know. There is sort of a consequence. There is a consequence to him doing that. More, you know, even more than just what happened in those episodes, you know. In those episodes with, you know, the Time Lord victorious and everything. So that was really interesting, just to, you know, kind of do the math basically, and show that it's like, yeah, this was his final life, you know, which probably no one expected, you know, because yes, you know, they've established for a long time, not in New Doctor Who, but they've established for a while, like, you know, a Time Lord only has 13 lives. Well, you get this guy, he's number 11, and you think, okay, well, we'll have at least 2 Doctors after this guy before they have to address that. It's like, no, they have to address that now. Because because Christopher Eccleston didn't come back, we had to retroactively use another regeneration. And then, because of fucking Tennant, because fucking Ten loves his fucking face too much, we had to count that too. So that was interesting. So he was, I assume he was given a fresh start with a brand new set of 12 regenerations. The first of which he used right here. The first of which he used in this episode, basically. So, that was interesting. I wrote down the Daleks. Good episode for the Daleks, I will say. Which they haven't gotten a good episode in a long time, but it was good. You know, they really took the forefront, didn't they? You're like, okay, we had some of the Cybermen, and then we had like a Santaran cameo and stuff like that, but the Daleks really were sort of the mainstays, you know, the main villains of this one. And it makes sense that, you know, what was supposed to be the end of the Doctor's life, where he dies of old age, actually, on the battlefield, it would be the Daleks, you know, his oldest enemy. So, that was interesting. I wrote down send away. So he sent Clara away twice, which was crazy. He sent Clara away twice, which, again, like the parting of the ways, he did with Rose, you know? He sent her away and was like, you know, look, we're facing an enemy that can't get their hands on this TARDIS, you know? And he wanted her to have a life. It's the same thing, you know? It's just that the Doctor's so much of a dick. He did it twice after he promised. Now, they are in the truth field, so how did he actually lie? But maybe the truth field doesn't get into the TARDIS. Who knows? Whatever. But, you know, he sent her away again. Like, what a fucking prick, you know? Sent her away again. But you understand why he did it. So, and then I wrote down name. His name is the Doctor, you know? His name is the Doctor. You don't need what his real name is, which is good. I did like that. And I like that it's because of that the Time Lords help him, you know? There has to be a way, you know, for the Doctor to survive, because if the Doctor had died right there, then the Time Lords would have never returned. That would have been the end of the Time Lords, you know? The death of the last Time Lord. But they did help him and give him a brand new set of regenerations. And I love that the way he defeated, like, all the Daleks and everything was by killing them with his own regeneration. I thought that was crazy. Like, this was a bombastic regeneration. Like, they keep upping them, you know? Like, you know, Eccleston to Tennant was pretty standard, you know? Pretty standard. Tennant to Smith was bombastic because he broke the TARDIS in the process. And now, Smith to Capaldi, he literally murdered Daleks with his own regeneration, which is ridiculous, but I did like it. I did like that, actually, that it went crazy, you know? And again, I was sort of thinking, like, okay, what if he regenerates into Peter Capaldi, and then Capaldi goes out there and does all this stuff? And I was like, I don't think they could do that, you know? I mean, I don't think they can, you know, get away with that, because Matt Smith needs his, you know, send-off, you know? So, they all deserve a send-off, basically. So, I don't know, man. And so, even though he did do the whole, you know, putting the hands out and the flames going everywhere, it wasn't exactly like the old changes, you know? It wasn't exactly like all the old changes where, you know, we see the transition and then they sort of, you know, they're out of it and it's like, oh, it's here I am. Okay. You know? So he did the whole, you know, the beams of light, but then he was him again. So it was the reset, which we did have a bit in the End of Time, so that's good. And it did give us our moment of send-off with the 11th Doctor, you know, with Clara, with Amy. So I did like that. And then he started to glow again. It's like, okay, I can't put this off. This is it. Capaldi. It's like, shit, give me a sec. Let me absorb that. You're just, like, it's almost like he sneeze regenerated. Like, he's just like, and boom, Capaldi. It's like, what the give me a sec, man. I want to see the transition. So, we did not see the transition, which it's different, but it's also interesting. And then, just to me, is like, hello, kidneys. I have new kidneys. I don't like the color. How do we fly this at end of episode? It's like, shit, what? So, yeah. My voice is drying out, so I need to end this up. So, yeah, that is the last of the 11th Doctor. Fare thee well. Maybe he'll come back for the 60th. I hope. Yeah, that is the end of the 11th Doctor. What an interesting era, to say the least. A very interesting era. Not to get, like, too much into it, because, like I do after every season of Doctor Who, I will do a live stream to sort of wrap this up. And, I will do a live stream to, give my thoughts on Series 7 as a whole, and on the era of the 11th Doctor as a whole. So, yeah, it will be interesting, I will say. But yeah, an interesting, somewhat experimental, in some parts, run for a Doctor, especially with like the overarching plot of Series 6. Even if it, you know, obviously it had a lot of, you know, it had a lot of chinks in the armor, and could have been a lot better, but I still liked it, and I love this era overall, and I do love this Doctor, and it's sad to see him go, but I am very curious to see what we're going to be doing with the 12th Doctor. But yeah, I will miss the 11th Doctor. How would I now rank him? Because it was pretty easy to rank Tennant over Eccleston after his era, because Eccleston only had the one season, whereas Tennant had 3.5 technically. So for Matt Smith, I don't know how I would rank him. And we'll talk about this a bit more in the live stream, I will say. But I don't know. there are aspects of the 11th Doctor that I like more than the 10th Doctor. I will say that at least. And yeah, we will get more into that later. And it will be interesting to see if some of those aspects carry over into the next Doctor. I will be curious. I'm very curious to see Capaldi's performance as the Doctor. Especially because, it seems like kind of weird to say that this should factor in, but the fact that he's older, man. He's an older gentleman, you know? We're kind of going back to the classics. I think I heard that, like, he's the same age as William Hartnell was when he started Doctor Who, which is pretty crazy. So he's even older than the rest of the classic Doctors. So that's crazy too. So I will be very interested, especially, I don't know, like from the 7 seasons I've seen of Doctor Who, how does Capaldi fit into that now as the Doctor? I will definitely be curious to see that. Yeah. Next week we start Series 8. Whew, boy. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Doctor Who reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.